Okay, hello. I'm here with Alex Cat,
Hello.
and I'm Mr. Pink and Yellow. Cool. And we just want to talk about society's attitude to bullied men, and the right to self-defense, and the right not to get hassled, and internet pranksters slash internet harassers, and how men status chase by harassing other people, basically. So, because this is what it's about, basically. Unfortunately, men. I've said before that men will actually work in concentration camps and gas people if it gains them status, and I'm not exaggerating. Unfortunately, lots of men will. So, yeah,
So this
uh,
is a perfect case of a man getting bullied, harassed, threatened, like just
yes,
in the mall. And this is like
yes,
one of the most important issues men face because like the bullies and harassers just can get fame. They get rewarded,
yes,
and there's
yes,
usually no
and
recourse. Yeah, for the men.
yes. They actually break laws. These pranksters, because they're high status people. They seem to get away with it. And these prank harassment videos, they get monetized, so they're incentivized to do it even more for the status and money,
Yeah,
right? So
YouTube
this is
definitely
antisocial.
is to blame for this. And I don't even
Yes,
like the term prankster. These are just straight up harassers, but they call themselves
yes,
pranksters. YouTube rewards
yes.
harassment of men, just trying to mind
Like
their own
we
business.
know that we know that YouTube can ban things. They can find it out and ban it if they want easily. We're suppressed and banned, right? For the most part, we're shadow banned. So if they wanted to, they could get rid of this within a day. They could crack down on this and get rid of it. So they want this on their platform, just like they want. This is going to be a spin against Google. Just like they want adverts full of con artists, and they want anti-Semite racists denying the Holocaust, and they want disinformation and scams and spam, right, and bots in the comment section. They want this. This is part of the ecosystem that they want. This is all planned. They're 100% they're 100% responsible,
Yes, they are.
right?
Like
Yes.
YouTube is just
So
absolutely garbage. Like
yes.
complicit in
Shall we watch
bigotry.
this then?
Yes, let's watch
Yes.
this. Oh.
It's shocking, never before seen video that led to the shooting of a notorious YouTube prankster. You can see the prankster. He's
Pause.
the
Yes.
Okay, so the guy pointed his face aggressively. He's cornering them. He's playing a message about a kid's willy or something like that. They cut it out. I've seen a version which subtitle. It's something sexualizing children and accusing him of being a ped, if I remember correctly. Right? It's smearing him.
Yes.
Okay, and it's not just that. I've dealt with aggressive people. I've dealt with people who tried to mug me. Right? Okay. Um, what happens is they say something ridiculous or stupid that gauges your reaction. If it's submissive or if it's assertive, it's a boundary violation. Okay, and also they say weird things to confuse you and distract you, so someone else can mug you, as well, right?
Yeah.
And another thing, this guy's a food delivery guy, and they get mugged all the time. They get robbed. It's quite a dangerous job, actually, right? Especially in America. So this guy's a lot bigger than him. He's quite big. He's quite burly, and he's got someone else with him. Okay, he's outnumbered. And I'm going to talk about this guy as well. You don't know this guy's background being bullied. He could have led a perfectly fine, happy life, or he could have had a life full of bullying and harassment, or he could have been a food worker who's been robbed in the past and mugged, right? So you don't know what you're dealing with when you're harassing someone like that. Okay, so I'm just trying to put context to this guy's reaction. So let's carry on watching.
Yeah.
6'5" dude in the white baseball cap. His target is a guy named Alan Coley, and he's holding a bag of food he just picked up at the food court at the Dulles Town Center in Virginia. At one point, the 31-year-old
Pause.
Coley.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not proper context, in my opinion. He's not picking up food at the food court. He's a food court deliverer. Completely different context. So he's not just a random person getting food. He's a food deliverer. Like I said, it's a dangerous career. And this bully's 6'5" as well. That dude's fucking massive. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm 5'8". I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want a 6'5" person getting in my face like this. I'd be very fucking nervous. Put it that way.
Yeah, I know. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, shall we play?
Yeah.
Coley shoves the phone out of his face. But the prankster, 21-year-old Tanner Cook, is unrelenting.
Stop.
But the prankster never expected this reaction.
Yes.
He told him to stop.
Yes.
Basically, he told him to stop. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's carry on.
But no, he's pushing.
And he's following him as well.
Yeah.
So that's very creepy. Like he's trying to get away. He's getting followed. It's very creepy.
Harassment.
So.
Yeah, harassment,
Yes.
following, stalking. Yes. Pushing boundaries.
Yes.
A bullet fired into his...
Boom! Done. Pause. That's license to kill mode. GoldenEye, baby.
Right. But
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah.
frightening
So
to
he
see
just-
this. Because like, he's in this desperate position where he feels threatened.
Yes.
And, well, no, he is threatened.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's like, you can't do something to a harasser who's coming to bully and stalk you. And this
Yes.
is what, this
Or you
is
can
what
shoot
you
them.
resort to. Yeah.
You can shoot them in America.
Yes.
You can do that. So, but the thing is, he doesn't. He doesn't know it's a prank, right? Right. He doesn't know at the time. It's very easy to panic and adrenaline going through your system. It's very easy not to think clearly. Okay, because when we deal with the comments, there's lots of sheltered people, and there's lots of psychopathic people with no empathy and understanding, trying to defend the prankster and demonise the shooter. Like, I think most people actually defend the shooter, thankfully, but there's swords of people who defend the prankster as well, right?
We'll
they see
get
the
to
6'4", they see the 6'4" bully, 6'5" bully against the unhealthy looking lower status male. That's what he sees. That's what the subconscious is telling him. High value, right?
Yes.
Low value. Okay,
Yes.
that's what the lizard brains are telling them, and he don't like the low value sticking up for themselves and defending their dignity, because it's not just the threat of physical violence; it's dignity as well. It's like no one should be humiliated like this.
Yes.
Like, and look, I'd rather that he get a smack in the gob or a brick thrown in the face than get shot. To be honest, right? And look, I don't like the bully, but I'm glad he's not dead because he survived. But I'm not happy that he hasn't learned his lesson because he's still doing prank videos. But let's carry on watching.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that.
stomach
Yeah.
and liver. By some miracle, he survived. Coley was arrested, and a jury just found him not guilty of aggravated malicious wounding. The prankster is seen leaving court with his mother after the verdict.
So I really don't care. I mean, it is what it is.
That was the first time I seen the video. No mom wants to see their son be shot by a complete stranger. We respect what the jury says.
Pause.
Yes.
That's weasel words. You've got this psychopathic parent, like completely erasing the context. Because it's I don't like people back the family no matter what, because that's psychopathic,
Yes.
right? So, okay, you should tell your son off for harassing people. Like you should, and you should tell him you're very lucky you didn't get killed. You're an idiot. I'm ashamed of you. Stop doing it. Yeah.
Yes.
And she doesn't like the fact that he was shot. You seem to love the fact that he's harassing people. You don't give a fuck about his victims.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is how bad the mums are too. This is a bad
Yes.
mum.
Narcissistic mum, enabler.
Yeah.
What these mums, I want to explain what these mums do. They create the problems in society and dump them on society. She's created this monster, narcissistic monster, and dumped it on society, and she's enabling it, supporting it, and validating it. Yeah.
Yeah. She's a bad
Yeah.
person. Rotten person.
Yes. Yes.
And my family and I are just grateful and thankful that I have my son here.
His father says, in his opinion, the jury got it wrong.
Absolutely, that he was guilty. The
Pause.
20
Yes.
So this scumbag father wants an innocent person arrested, right? If they should, if they're decent people, or is it just a misunderstanding? My son should have been pranking. Please drop the charges against him. But they want this man's life ruined because he defended himself from like he said, he didn't know what was going on. It looked like a robbery. It could have been a robbery attempt. You don't know at the fucking time. So he wants the low stakes man to roll over and take it and be afraid and be humiliated. And if he defends himself, he wants him jailed for life. Right, in rape camps, because American prisons are rape camps. People get raped in them all the time.
Yeah.
Shows you what psychopaths these parents are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
second video shows that in no way was his life on the line, and he did not need to have deadly force.
Well, you're just lying, because if you're
Pause.
pedo smearing someone on the street, you are threatening their life.
Yeah.
You're
And
rolling.
it's not just pedo smearing. if you got it's basically if you think your life is on the line, if you've got reasonable grounds to think your life's on the line, you can defend yourself. That's how it works. Okay, it doesn't matter if he doesn't know it's a prank or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got reasonable grounds to think his life's on the line. He's got a right to defend himself. You shouldn't put him in that position of fear. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Press play.
The prankster is being vilified online for his boorish behavior. The shooting was even a headline on SNL's
that?
Weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just slaps them back playfully, like they're happy about it. Like
Yes.
they're crazy.
They don't care.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yes. They're getting status.
yeah,
Press play.
that's all they care about. Yeah.
Date back in April.
A Virginia man who pranks people for YouTube videos was shot while tricking someone in a mall. Good.
Cook's
Harassing all the
YouTube channel
pranksters.
includes posing as a security guard, falsely accusing people of shoplifting.
Yeah, I've got a gentleman and a woman here trying to steal a pet.
I support Tanner in whatever he decides to do, and I'm going to continue supporting him.
Get on my Facebook call, cops.
That's a narcissist,
Yes.
basically. I support him whatever what he wants to do. So there's another longer video. He actually harassed a woman, okay, and she falsely accused her of shoplifting while being disguised as a security guard, and he took her out the shop to tell her off and detain her falsely. So you're impersonating security, you're detaining her falsely. Right, security actually don't have power of arrest anyway, but detaining someone falsely impersonating a position of authority is called kidnap,
Yeah.
false imprisonment. So he's doing blatant kidnap for pranks.
Yes,
Yeah, for
yeah.
pranks. So, and here's the weird thing: it shows that society actually doesn't care about women. They just want to get the man, because this high stakes prankster, he actually got to harass a woman, and nothing's been done about it because no one cares. To be honest, 'cause it's a high stakes YouTuber. Yeah,
Yeah.
so no one cares. Like society's actually very schizophrenic when it comes to protecting women, because it doesn't want to protect women; it just wants to get the man. But this high status prankster is going to get falsely accused one day probably, and then they'll want to get him and tear him down.
That's how they tend to go. It's just sad that
Yeah.
they don't go
And
because
there's
people want justice for the harassed men.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've noticed there's another schizophrenic thing as well. Like people seem to like worship these toxic high stakes male YouTubers and content makers, right? But when they get smeared, they all get turned against suddenly, right? It's very schizo,
Yes.
right? Like hate that they love them and worship them for being toxic 1 minute, and then they turn on them and hate them. It's like, okay, society's fucking weird. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's YouTubers that show up to men who like to go to events, and they show up just to intimidate and scare the men, vandalize the place, like harass people. And they do it for
Yeah.
YouTube fame, get lots of
Yes.
money, audience. It's very disgusting and sick. It's just
Yes. So let's look at the next video and look at the comments. We don't need to watch the video, but we'll just look
Alright.
at the comments,
so.
because it's just
We're
a
just
crappy
so-
React channel.
Yes. So we're just going to look at the comments of this video. Here we go.
Yeah, so zoom in a bit because we're just going to be so
Oops.
let's okay.
Sorry.
Let's go look at
Here
the
we go.
reply. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's look at the replies.
Yes. So,
But Aki TV, the first one. You got 20 replies.
yeah, okay, I'll expand this.
In order not to be found not guilty, the prankster must be annoying that entire jury to find him the problem. And someone goes, it will set good precedents for pranksters in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, and he goes, so the concerned trolls come in. Prankster or not, this is going to be a bad precedent for self-defense. Shooting without warning. Some states might be stricter on this than others, though. So it's a great precedent, okay, because it's a precedent against harassment and bullying. Like I want a chilling effect on bullies and psychopaths, to be honest.
It's actually, I remember
So-
now because there was this YouTuber Gideon, like millions of subs,
Yes.
doing harassment videos, and he took it all
Yes.
down. He did a pretend video saying he was becoming a better person, but then I saw his comments. They were suspecting that Gideon saw this Tanner case, the harasser getting shot, and he thought, yeah, no, I'm getting out of Dodge before I
Yes.
touch someone who might use a gun on me. I think that
There's been other cases of pranksters beaten up and killed. There was like there there was like 5 years ago. There was like 3 kids, not kids, 18-year-olds, teenagers. I
Yes.
think one of them was 18, but whatever. They were kicking people's doors in at 3 a.m. in the morning, and they said it was just a prank. But they were recording it for YouTube, and three of them got. I think 2 of them got shot, and 2 of them were killed. I think, right?
Yeah.
And the home defender got. I'm sure he got arrested because he was black. I think this is a case of it being racism because it was a white person. It was white kids as well. I think that's probably racism. High value versus low value,
Yes.
right?
Same
White
dynamic.
middle class males, yes. High value white middle class males, upper middle class males versus a low value black male. But anyway, I hope he got off. I haven't looked into it, but yeah, 3 a.m. in the morning, you don't know that there are burglars coming in to attack you,
Yes.
right? Well, yeah,
Yeah.
they brought it on themselves.
Yeah, they did.
Here's another concerned troll comment by
John Carpenter.
Jantery.
Jantery. Okay.
Yes.
So
How do you even reasonably class this as self-defense? Not you, I mean the court. That man shot a guy who was just bothering him. So this is psychopathic erasure of the content.
yes.
Text, that's what I call it. Slightly inconveniencing him. If the prankster wasn't lucky, the bullet could have hit something vital and killed him just for trying to pull a prank. Right. You psychopath. I'm sure a lot of these people concerned trolling over the bully. If a woman was getting harassed and pulled out a gun, they'll support the woman 100%. They'll do a complete 180.
Yeah, they
Right?
would do a full 180. They'd be glad that the guy was
Yes.
getting shot. They would hope he'll
Yes.
suffer very badly.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But no, this is psychopathic erasure. It's not he was getting bothered. He was they were causing alarm and distress and putting fear of violence into him. Like I said, a 6'5" guy, and the other guy aggressively pointing in your face, right? And they actually remind me of cops, how cops harass people. That just lack of fear and a contempt. Because the guy put your phone in his face, and then you're just staring at the phone. Oh, I can just hassle this nobody. I've got nothing to fear. No, you learnt the hard way. You have got something to fear, and it's good you have something to fear. I'm sorry. So, no, so, like I said, I'm, I'm like, I'm not going to say I'm glad he survived now. I would hope he'll survive and learn his lesson and not do it again. The fact that he hasn't learned his lesson, right, means it means it's a shame that he survived. I'm sorry to say it. He hadn't so it's just a negative drain on society. The best course of action is he got injured and he learnt his lesson and he stopped doing it. Right?
Yeah,
Like 'cause
that's
you got to be fucking legitimately crazy to actually carry on doing this after you got shot. Yeah, you got to be legitimately fucking crazy.
you got to
I
be
mean,
really
like, yeah, that's
sadistic. Like this is your life. You
yes,
don't
and
really live life for anything but to be sadistic to other people.
is it lack of self-preservation that makes him dangerous as well? Here's another one.
Right.
How the fuck is that self-defense? My rigs. I don't know what that my NI. All right, we know what that's a short
Yeah,
hand
we
for.
know what
So
that means.
this this psychopath is just erasing the context again. How's that self-defense? Again, we don't need to explain it again.
Yeah.
And this is dishonest framing. So if someone is annoying enough, you're allowed to shoot them. No, it's nothing to do with annoying. It's if they put you under, you've got reasonable grounds to think you're in danger, under attack. Yeah, this is just dishonest. If it was a woman being harassed, okay, if it was a woman being harassed, they'll do a 180 completely. And look, okay, there is context, right? So I don't excuse female victimhood and manipulation and pretend to be victims, but if it was actually in that context, I probably wouldn't excuse a woman doing it because she could call for help and more people are likely to run in, right? But let's say if there's a man, I've been in that situation where I've been attacked and no one wanted to help me and I had to fight, right? But if it was a woman and she's getting harassed by 2 people and there was no means of help for her, right? Okay, and she thought she was going to get mugged and robbed, I would support her right to pull out a gun and shoot the robber. This is universal, right? Okay, because to me, if I was watching that and I wasn't told at the start that they were the pranksters, I'd think they were robbers and muggers. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Yes.
Yes. So let's continue down and show more replies.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
So this is good. For those in the thread wondering how this is self-defense, keep in mind the jury must believe that from the accused defendant's point of view, they felt in danger. The shooter was smaller than the man getting in his face. The man was being clearly aggressive and in his face with his hands raised, and the man refused to step away or leave him alone after being asked to multiple times. And there was someone else there with him as well. Personally, I think the man was unhinged, judging from the facial hair and shooting a person. So he doesn't look attractive. He looks worn out, and he's got facial hair, so he must be unhinged, right? He looks more depressed than unhinged.
Yeah, so this guy looks like he's defending the defendant, but not really. He's still bad mouthing him.
But
He's under
I
a
can
lot of
understand how he was
stress.
found not.
Yeah.
But I can understand he was found not guilty. It only takes a split second for someone that close to you to pull out a knife or sucker punch you. And P.S. Pranksters are not people. Cool.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Harassers, they are quite.
Yes.
They're quite something. They're just vicious.
Yeah.
They're really vicious and nasty.
Here's another one. Because he kept following the guy getting in his private space as the guy tried to disengage. He's 6'5" compared to the other guy. Can be intimidating and scary if you keep getting followed around and having someone there shove something in your face that's so much bigger than you. Yeah. If it was a girl who thought the guy wanted to rape her or something like that, would you bat an eye? No, they wouldn't. Even though the prankster had no intention of hurting anyone or raping, people aren't mind readers, so it's reasonable to both assume cases turn out that way if he keeps following them and trying to violate their personal space, even though we need to hold a go away. Rape's nothing to do with this. No one's going to rape a woman in the public shopping centre, but a woman in a public shopping centre could get mugged, right?
Yeah.
This is psychic. So again, the Zimmerman case, the thug Trayvon Martin attacked Zimmerman, right, unprovoked.
Yeah.
Okay. And he tried to use the pretext. Oh, he was a creepy stalker. He was following him around. Knows a neighborhood watchman. And if he feels he's a creepy stalker, he went back to attack him anyway. People make excuses for that, right? It's the unfit, unattractive, low status male, low value. We want the high value, thuggish men to be able to bully them with impunity. That's what they want. Because this guy obviously grew up in high school bullying people all the time because he's big and getting away with it. Yeah.
Yes.
And the schools enable it as well. Because in America, when the bullied people fight back, they get in trouble in American high schools and schools, right? Because they want the low status males to know their place.
Happens in British schools as well. So
Yes, they want them seething. They want them to feel helpless. They don't want them to have any redress. That's how they set the system up. That's how they set society up. So you're going to get angry men who are going to lash out. Because again, it's a context. This man could have had a perfectly fine life. Or he could have had a life full of humiliation. He could have been an abuse victim. He could have been neglected as a child, or he could have been bullied. He could have been robbed in the past, right? Because I've been burgled and I've been mugged, right? And I've been attacked more than once. I've only ever been mugged once. I've made sure it never happens again. But have had attempted muggings, right, in the past. I've been burgled, and the stress that it puts you under, the humiliation, the feeling of powerlessness, the anger. Normal human emotions. It's not unhinged. It's normal human emotions, normal human reactions. It's called empathy. So these people actually have no empathy for this guy.
Yeah, these people have no empathy for bullied men. They're psychopaths. They love the bullies. They're pro-bullying.
Yes. Yes.
They love men to be kept in fear and in danger.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Because they're hostile themselves, and they love these low-quality, shitty videos full of obnoxious men. It's like the only popular men are obnoxious men, really. It seems they're the ones that gain status on YouTube. Loudmouth, shouting all the time, saying nothing original or insightful. Bully other men, make shitty, crappy, lowbrow content as well.
Yeah, it's like that video you just did about the YouTube personalities. Like there's men pedo smearing the YouTube personalities. They're vapid. They're saying nothing. They're smearing men, and it's the YouTube personalities. They're also vapid. They're saying nothing. They're trying to be annoying as well. So,
trying to take up space, gain status, gain attention. But that's how you gain. That's how you gain status as a man, especially online. So status gaining is getting more and more dysfunctional. And it's going to get more and more desperate and dysfunctional as more men get deselected and more jobs get taken away. Trust me, it's going to be very bad.
Yeah, it is. Like, men are getting more economically unstable. The jobs are getting taken away from them. Men are going to resort to more desperate measures. Like
Yes.
becoming a star by harassing, beating up other men. That's what's gonna
Yes.
happen, and
Yes.
it's very
Or
scary.
witch hunting.
Yes,
Or pedo witch hunting. Yes. Or
yes,
backing genocide in Palestine, backing the Zionists. Whatever they want, whatever shit position they want to support, they'll just take it because they're social chameleons.
yes.
So I think. Is there anything else you want to say? Because I think this has been covered.
Yeah, we pretty much covered this. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, but brace yourselves, guys. We're in dangerous
Yes.
times. It's still gonna get
Yes.
worse.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Over and out.